See you, love.
Bye-bye.
So we're getting started this morning on the Buffalo River Trail, 37 and a bit miles. And Christy's dropping me off and heading back to her mother's. It's a really nice trail here at the eastern terminus with restrooms and parking. And there she goes. Okay, about an hour in, I made it to the Ozark Campground, which is about 2.3 miles in. I'm gonna stop for a short water break. It's a really nice campground here. Tadpoles. Turtle number 2. Hello, buddy. Box turtle number 3. Made it to the campsite for lunch. Now get some lunch made up and re-energize before continuing. So this grass that overhangs the trail, it has these long, sharp seeds on it. They'll actually just stick into your clothing and skin. They are aggressive. Just filtered water from this beautiful little creek with all the fish in it at 1 o'clock. Getting ready to carry on. And the trail goes right through the old farmstead. Looks like it was established in the 1830s and then taken over by another family in the early 20th century. Wow. Pretty great little hermit cave there. Another historical family cemetery for the Bakers, it appears. Out here in the middle of the woods. Serene. Man, after those rocky, steep cliffs and bluffs, all overgrown with poison ivy, it's nice to hit a section of trail like this. So I'm going to enjoy it to its utmost. Armadillo One Trail. Do you care? They don't even care. Hey, buddy. Okay, here we are at Kyle's Landing, and the Serenity Shuttle has landed for the evening. Mile 17. We have 20 more to go on the trail, so I'll try to do about the same tomorrow, and then a very short morning and have Christy pick me up early. These folks over here were just wonderful. Fed me a hot dog, and we sat and chatted for quite a while about all kinds of things. They warned me about the whippoorwills tonight, but yeah, wild day, a lot of poison ivy, so I scrubbed my legs really well. There were also a lot of ticks. I think I took 10 or more off of me, and then when I took my socks off, there were half a dozen ticks that were crushed underneath my socks in my shoes, and then a couple more crawled out of my shoes. So I guess my shoes were tick traps. Anyway, interesting for that. I don't feel itchy other than the chiggers I picked up at the mother-in-law's house over the last 3 or 4 days. So wonderful, wonderful trip, even though it was hot, sweaty, and hopefully tonight the temperature will drop here in the pine trees next to the bluff, and we'll get a nice cool breeze moving down the river. Well, thanks for sauntering with me, coming to the end of day one, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty. Well, it's about 15 till 7 in the morning, and headed out of Kyle's Landing. Everybody here was super kind. Whippoorwills went off all night, but I think I was too tired to care. Heard probably a raccoon around the tent a little bit. Had to pull one more tick off my ankle this morning, so I just keep an eye on them because they are tenacious and they're in your gear too. So we're going to try to do another 17 miles today to set ourselves up for a short 3-miler tomorrow for Christy to pick me up. The campsite I'm headed for is supposed to be idyllic. Creek nearby, great campsite. So we'll see what today brings. So it's about a 10-mile water carry to the next source. It's reliable. But we have a nice cool breeze this morning. This is fabulous. I'm hoping it'll keep up. looks like this is a pack off under scramble. Pretty little campsite to take a break at. Nice. Reached Steel Creek, one of the first crossings. Beautiful little stream. Gonna get some water here. There's quite a nice campsite up here on the other side if your trip was spaced out that way. I think I'll take a water break. Just finished a nice break here up the hill from Steel Creek Campground. If you remember that picture I took from the top, looking down, top of the mountain, looking down on the bluffs and the parking lots, that was a Steel Creek Campground. So I did a major descent down and then climbed back up out of there. So now we're ridge running, and I think we got another couple of ups and downs before the day's over. We got about 8¼ miles to get to the targeted campsite, and it's 15 afternoon, so we're doing great. As I learned last night, you really can't get in the tent until the sun goes down and it starts cooling off, or it's miserable. So let's go see some more beautiful things. We've reached the car bridge, the highway bridge over Buffalo River. There are some big bass down there in the river. Okay, you tell me where the trail is. I'll walk this way. I think I see a sign on a tree. We're actually on the trail. And join back up. Okay, just took a nice break here by this creek and had another snack, and it looks like it's 4.3 miles or so till I get to the destination campground. It's been hot. There's been lots of poison ivy. The ticks started crawling on my legs and not falling off, so I reapplied the picaridin. And that should get me through till we get to the campsite. Big bullfrog out there. Well, I guess that's the last time I talk about being worried about getting to camp too early. So it was a big climb and a lot of blowdowns, including some up and over and then down and under, dragging the pack along behind me, you know, big multiple tree falls. And most of the trail, clearly it had a lot of storms here. Most of the trail was slanting severely down to the right. So you're constantly sliding and trying to get footing. So it slowed me down. And now I got about just under 3 miles to the campsite. It's 3:20. So it looks like I might be there about 5 if everything goes right. There's a lot of campsites like this in northwest Arkansas. Saw these on the Ozark Highlands Trail too, where people built rock chairs and fire pits. Really cozy. Room for plenty of tents back there. Need to bring a couple friends up here sometime. That's great. Last big descent to the campsite. Rocky steps. Just came from up there. Okay, 10 till 5, made it to the camp, made it to water. Very happy about that. Got some chairs set up here. And I'm going to take this spot over here. And if you look over the edge, it goes right down to the little creek where we got water. Beautiful. Okay, I'll get back with you when I'm set up. Well, the Serenity shuttle has landed and I'm inside it. There are a goodly number of biting flies and other things in this area, so I just have taken refuge inside. Taken my wet wipes bath and am waiting to cook dinner. 17.3 or 4 miles today. Went by several really neat campgrounds we might want to use in the future when we're in this area along the Buffalo River. It was beautiful. Lots of ups and downs today. Lots of climbing and lots of steep descents. But we're just above the creek here in our little campsite. And we will get a good night's sleep here and then finish the 3.2 miles or something like that to the trailhead in the morning, as soon as Christy gives me a time to be there. And then looking forward to a shower and a big breakfast. That'd be fabulous. Well, hey, thanks for sauntering with me, and remember, we're doing the impossible. That makes us mighty. Well, it's about 10 after 5 in the morning. I really couldn't sleep after 3:30, so we're gonna try to get started. We'll be a little early to the arrival point, but that's fine. I can take my time. Gotta go down the hill and cross the creek, and then we'll be on our way. Spider eyes. Spider eyes. See them all twinkling? Ooh, we've got to go through this. Tick Central, man. They're going to be hanging off of every bush here. Okay, pulled a couple ticks off of me after that little grass walk. They are just thick. All right, now we're on Walker Mountain Road. It looks like we've got a little road walk ahead. So I thought I'd take advantage of the road walk and not having to hike through rocks and poison ivy and blowdowns for a bit to give you a little report on last night. So it was hot. It was in the 80s when I got into my tent and very humid. Everything inside is damp this morning. It got down to 66, I think, for the low. Just about an hour before the sun went down, there were people hollering, trying to sound like coyotes or something. It was the weirdest thing ever. I guess they were partying. And but during the night, it was just quiet. You could occasionally hear a little bubble from the creek, or small things falling out of trees that made their way down through the canopy. But and then at one point, just about dark, I did hear some wild pigs go through. But all in all, a beautiful, quiet night. Took me a while to get to sleep, but once I did, I was out like a light. Okay, let's finish this up and get home to a shower. Yep, just a little foggy and humid this morning. Whew. So, the last quarter mile of this trail has been up a mountain in this stuff, and hoping to find my way out and back into the woods, because there are thorns hidden in here, poison ivy hidden in here. Not to mention, I'm gonna have to do a thorough tick check once I'm out of here, because I'll be covered in them. Whee! Yeah, back in the woods, but not much improvement. It looks like the guy at Cal's Landing, the camp host, is right. They haven't done trail maintenance back here for about 3 years. Got a really cool battle scar. Yeah. If I'd have started on this end, I don't think my spirits would have been up. But the rest of the trail was very happy to be out of all of that mess. Legs got pretty torn up. And it was high stepping, hard going, trying to miss as many thorns as you could. But now we're back in the woods here. Boulders, woodland paths, and about 0.7 miles to go to the parking lot. So we'll be there soon and can relax a bit. And of course, we're back in tall grass. Thorns. And watch out for the barbed wire fence that gets really close to the trail. Okay, we made it to the Highway 21 crossing, not too far to the parking lot. So here at the parking lot are ruins of an old storage building. And here comes Christy. Yay!